and this is a car that I feel is actively trying to kill me. 2019 Nissan 370Z Sport Touring with an auto, but this is no regular 370Z. This one has been heavily modified. We're powered by a 3.7 liter V6, making 332 horsepower, 270 pound-feet of torque stock, but this one has been supercharged. The owner claims it's making about 600 to the wheels, but after driving it, it's definitely not making that much, but it's making more than stock for sure. We've got double wishbone in the front, multi-link rear, just like with the Newsy, and by the way, that's in a separate video. You can find the link to that down in the description. We're on these Volk TE37 wheels, wrapped in Michelin PS4S rubber. We have 275 section width in the front and 305 in the rear. In terms of mods, we're sitting on KWV3 coilovers with Hotchkis front and rear sway bars, SPC front and rear control arms, and for the powertrain, we have a Stillen supercharger with the Soho A2A kit, upgraded Vortex SI blower, upgraded 9 PSI pulley, and many more mods as well. You can find the full link down in the description as always. This was modified by Rob Fuller from Z Car Garage, as you can see right here. Claimed to be making 500 horsepower on pump gas and about 610 wheel horsepower, 440 pound-feet of torque on E85. Getting into the interior, I was just driving the Newsy, and you can see a lot of carryover in the design language and such, right? Things like this, the 3 gauge clusters right there. But this definitely feels its age. Aftermarket steering wheel, carbon fiber here and here. Carbon fiber there as well. We've got this 7-speed automatic, and one thing I don't like is that the shifting up a gear is forward. It should actually be backwards, because as you're accelerating, you're getting pushed back in the seat. You want to be pulling back on it. But anyways, we got paddles which are column mounted, not steering wheel mounted. Ooh, those are some interesting noises coming from the engine. Can instantly tell this is definitely not stock. All right, let's actually turn off traction control. There we go. Owner was explaining that it cuts in way too aggressively otherwise. Oh my God. Downshifts seem okay. They're a little bit slow, but at least they're smooth. Oh man. But on the upshifts, you have this large gap in torque. The engine will sometimes rev up in the space between shifting gears and then catch the next gear at a lower RPM, and it pushes you, it bucks you. Definitely does not inspire confidence. Feels like it's gonna break traction if you're giving power while upshifting. Whoa, this throttle tip-in is also kind of wonky. I don't know if you saw right there, I'm trying to modulate a little bit mid-corner and then it lurches forward. Seems a bit inconsistent. Sometimes it wants to just all of a sudden push 50% throttle when I'm barely touching the throttle, and other times it doesn't. Not sure what to make of this. Not giving me a downshift from 4th at 3,000 RPM. Interesting. Quite firm and getting unsettled, especially at the rear end over these bumps. I'm not sure if you can hear that too. The front under compression is also not too happy. This is a car you have to respect when you drive because it does not inspire confidence. See right there, even you have a little bit of load up as you're turning and you upshift and bam, you're not sure if it's gonna lose traction or not. I will say I like the steering more than I was expecting. I believe the 370Z is still using hydraulic steering, and we're getting a good amount of feedback through the wheel. Not a lot of load up mid-corner. Oh, guy, please stay in your lane. What is going on? Jeez, very inconsistent throttle. What is going on? Yeah, this is really wonky throttle. Really wonky throttle. But we're getting good feedback through the wheel. The front end feels pretty sharp, pretty immediate. I like that we have double wishbone in the front. The car weighs around 3,400 pounds, and it definitely feels its weight. It's not hiding that. It does feel a little bit more nimble and agile on its feet than that new Z that I just drove, but that's also much more GT than sports car. It's much softer, much more comfortable. This is really stiffly sprung. And that's part of the reason why it feels like it handles its weight a little bit better, but it's still not really masking anything. It still does feel 3,400 pounds. But this is a car that I feel is actively trying to kill me. It does not want to be predictable. It doesn't do what I ask of it sometimes. And as you get on and off throttle, there's a lot of jerkiness, a lot of roughness to the experience that is somewhat entertaining, but also somewhat unnerving, especially if you're loaded up mid-corner making any upshifts. Yeah, getting a little bit wiggly there. I just can't push this car as hard as I might be able to other vehicles, just because it's not communicating as much to me, and it's not acting in the way that's predictable. I would actually say it's less about the communication and more about just the unpredictability, the rear end getting rather unsettled, the throttle. I do enjoy the engine note though. The power delivery is at least entertaining. If not confidence inspiring, at least entertaining. Very slow upshift if you're not pushing it hard. And even if you are pushing it, you know, this is a slush box. Not a fancy, sophisticated transmission, automatic transmission by any means. Yeah, a lot of harshness all over the bumps. The way that these KWV3s are set up here is not as compliant and not as settled over the bumps as some other vehicles that I've driven. It's also kind of wild that this car came out in 2019, because here in the interior, I mean, the big screen gives you a hint that it must have come out not too long ago. But it's clearly just tacked on, and the overall interior design and feel, this feels a lot older than 2019. I think with the Z they did a great job modernizing things while still harkening back to the more classic 350 and 370Z interior styling. Big thanks to the owner Henry for letting me review his 370Z. Big thanks to Fenton from the Zygon YouTube channel for making this review possible. This is a car that tries to kill you, but I'm curious what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. And if you want your car reviewed, visit us on jabalandcars.com. Fill out the form on the homepage. Much love, my friends, and I'll see you all in that next one.